Hey, I just want to make a quick video about boomer narcissism. They all seem to think that their poo don't stink, and there's a reason for it. They live better than any generation has ever lived in human history on the whole. And they think it's because they're special. They think it's because they're awesome. Never mind the fact that they've been electing people to rob their kids, grandkids, great grandkids for their entire lives. The fact that they've stolen the future wealth of America so they could be jerks, drive around in four-wheelers and sand dunes and drive around in $100,000 pickup trucks, $100,000 Corvettes, giving everybody migraine headaches and looking like giant losers because they have been robbing their progeny for decades. And they think that they're somehow, that makes them awesome because they have money. I don't even know if half of them realize they've been stealing it. I think they're just, half of them are that dumb. The 60s broke their brains. And now they have no concept of reality. Got TDS, got narcissism problems, got 80-year-olds trying to be the king of sluts. It's just gross, weird, disgusting behavior. If anybody deserves to be taxed to death, it's boomers. Tax them. Take the money back that they've stolen and use it to decrease the budget instead of spending more money, Trump. Speaking of jerkbag boomers, he's still robbing everybody's kids, great-grandkids, your neighbors, and everybody else because he can't not spend money like a drunken prostitute. And the crazy thing is, he's still better than Biden. He's still better than Kamala. As whacked out as he is. And that's what boomers have given us, a choice between a turd sandwich and a giant douche. And both of them are going to rob their kids and their grandkids and their great-grandkids, and they're not going to care. They're going to walk around with their nose up in the air like their shit don't stink. But it really does. I don't think boomers realize they're all walking around like they're God's gift to humanity, and I don't think they realize they're going to go down as the worst generation in American history, hands down. Not even a conversation. There's no debate. I can't imagine. Like, I was taught that stealing is bad. But somehow, these mental midgets have decided that if they get together with all their friends and they vote to rob their kids and great-grandkids and neighbors, that it's perfectly acceptable. They can use the government to rob their kids and grandkids and great-grandkids at gunpoint, and that's perfectly moral to them. They can't do it themselves, though. They won't take a gun up to their grandkid and put it in their face and say, "Give me all your money." But that's what they're doing. It's the same thing. And they give zero rat's butt. In fact, they're happy to cost the government extra money every day just for the government to try to function, to try to do something to make this country a better place after they've spent decades ruining it. Spent decades ruining it, and now when someone actually tries to fix the disaster that they've created, the bankrupting, the invasion, the destruction of society, our kids are half dumb. Teachers are trying to cut their body parts off and have relations with them. They voted in people who are letting out people who hurt kids, who hurt women, who hurt men, who murder random people, who commit racist hate crimes of violence, and they have voted for people who let them out of jail. And then they walk around with their nose up in the air, point fingers at everybody but themselves. And it's disgusting. And it's not everyone. Don't get me wrong, we still have to treat people as individuals. There are some boomers that are amazing. There are boomers that are better than me. Don't get me messed up here. But on the whole, they're the worst Americans in human history. Besides the invaders that they keep, bringing in and giving citizenship to that don't deserve it, don't belong here, and need to get out. But besides the invaders, boomers are the worst Americans ever. And they'll go down in history as that, you can bet. I'd be ashamed. I'd be ashamed to be a boomer leaving this country like they're leaving it. What an awful, awful way to live. Way to treat your fellow human beings, your progeny, your neighbors. It's disgusting. And enough of that rant. Just so you know how I'm feeling. You might not like what I have to say, but it's what I think, and it's real, and it's honest. You want to argue with me? I got a comment section down below. I'd love to hear your opinion. I'll make a video just to respond to you if you give me any kind of rational argument. Boomer or not, hit me in the comment section. Tell me how you feel about robbing your progeny. You feel good about doing that just because you did it by voting to rob your progeny? It's okay then? Tell me down in the comments, please, boomers. I'd love to hear your opinion. Or what about your grandkids? If there's any grandkids watching, any kids of boomers, why don't you tell me down in the comments how you feel about them robbing you for decades? Just using the government to do it. How do you feel about that? Do you think the boomers were decent human beings for robbing you and your kids? And your kids' kids, because they've been done taking generations of American wealth and shoved it in their pockets so they could live luxurious lives and walk around with their noses up in the air like they're better than the rest of us. Thieving fucking scumbags. But anyway, like, share, subscribe, comment, call me names, tell me I need a shower. Like that, makes you better. Tell me about it in the comments. To the people who aren't robbing their progeny, I hope you have a great day. God bless you.